Another day, another story. Welcome to Facts to Success. In this car, the soldier of North Korean is trying to cross the border very fast because of the frustration of Kim Jong-un policies. He knows very well that he will definitely be killed or at least injured. Still then he had took such a big step. Well, we will tell you about this later. But why is North Korea considered the biggest prison in the world, and why is it not possible to escape alive from here? Leaving North Korea without permission of Kim Jong-un is a big crime. The minimum punishment of which is life imprisonment and the maximum is death. Even within North Korea, moving from one province to another without permission is considered a crime. Almost every organization believes that the largest human being in the world, North Korea, has the right record. It is mandatory for all men to do a survey for at least 10 years after serving in the North Korean military. There is no such thing as free speech here, and whatever media is there is under the control of the state. This is the only such country in the world where punishment is also given to those whose relatives have committed any crime. In 2009, a 2-year-old child was also sentenced to life imprisonment just because he had received a Bible book from his parents, because no religion is allowed in North Korea. Following is also considered a crime. Many times foreigners are also killed if they do anything in North Korea that is against the local law, like with the auto umpire. He was the citizen who went to North Korea in 2015. He was arrested in 2016 when he was accused of removing government propaganda posters from his hotel room. For this, he was sentenced to 15 years in prison. But after just 1 year, he went into a coma inside North Korea's prison camp and was sent back to America. Within a few days of returning to America, he died because of brain injuries. Till date, no one knows what was the treatment done to them in North Korea. As a result of all this, it is believed that North Korea itself is a huge prison where people live like slaves despite being free. This is the reason that the people of North Korea keep trying every possible way to escape from here. But doing so is not easy in any case, and its biggest difficulties is the geography of North Korea. North Korea's west is marked with yellow while the Sea of Japan appears on its east. The Korean Navy maintains such strict security that it is not possible for any illegal board to come close to it. South of North Korea is very close to country South Korea, which is one of the biggest enemies of North Korea. That is why the security in the sea near it is very strict. Those fleeing North Korea have no better option than South Korea. Not because South Korea is a very developed and free country, but the reason for this is that South Korea considers all North Koreans as its own citizens. If someone manages to cross this line by escaping from the Korean army, then this step can change his life, but only if he manages to reach there alive, because North Korea has made so many army raids on this border that humans can't escape from here. The video is from 2017, when a North Korean soldier was speeding towards South Korea. When the border guard came to know about it, they chased him and opened fire on him in their jeep. He left and ran towards the border, but North Korean soldiers fired several shots at him. Luckily, he crossed into South Korea, but after taking several bullets on his body, South Korean soldiers came in the evening and dragged him under their protection. Many similar attempts have also been made by North Korean civilians, most of whom were killed on the spot. But the second and historical way to enter South Korea is to escape from the northern border of North Korea. China has a big border, and a small part of Russia also feels that this method is comparatively easy, but it is not less difficult. That is why their military deployment on these borders. There is this entire 1,300-kilometer border is full of dangerous mountains and forests. Apart from this, North Korea's border with China mostly runs along the Woman and Yellow rivers. That is, even if any defect reaches the China border, the river the challenge of crossing would have to be faced. For this, defectors and smugglers used to wait for the winter when both reverses would freeze, and they would simply cross the border by burning on top of it. Similarly, this method would work even in the harsh summers when the river would be cold. The level becomes very low. On reaching China or Russia, the danger to the defectors was not yet over, because North Korea had a military alliance with China and Russia. which means that if they caught any North Korean defector from their soil, they would directly destroy them. They used to hand them over to North Korea, and then it is not difficult to imagine the fate that North Korea would have with them. Hence now the option is to save Thailand, Vietnam and Mongolia, which have direct border with China. They were considered safe countries because, as you know, South Korea considers all North Koreans as its own citizens. That is why these three countries used to send North Korea defectors back to South Korea and not North. So the plan of the defectors was that they first, after transience through China or Russia, go to Thailand, Vietnam or Mongolia, and then after reaching there, surrender themselves voluntarily to the authorities, and from there they were put in a ship and sent to South Korea, where they could start their new life. The person who had ruled North Korea since 1994 passed away. It was the turn of his son Kim Jong. As soon as he came to power, Kim Jong first took a deep crackdown against smuggling and those fleeing the country. Signals were installed on the entire northern borders, and intelligence monitoring was also increased significantly. Fences were installed on the borders, and military patrolling was also increased. Apart from this, it had become very difficult for Kim Jong. North Korea defectors to go to China, and now the brokers who used to take money in return for helping these defectors escape from North Korea also increased their rates to a great extent. The Chinese brokers who used to do this work for $2,000 in 2007, after gaining power in 2017, started charging $15,000 from each defect. Now it is possible for most of the North Koreans, whose annual income is equivalent to $2,000, to collect such a huge amount. This is the reason that since 2012, i.e. after Kim Jong came to power, the number of defectors kept decreasing with every passing year, and in 2019 only 1,000 defectors managed to escape from here. In 2019, 2 months after the first case of COVID-19 was made in China, North was the first country in the world to completely shut down all its models because it was not they wanted that even a single case of COVID could ever reach North Korea. There was a complete ban on going in and out of North Korea through any medium. It was also necessary for North Korea to do this because 42% of the population here is infected today. They are also not able to get proper food. That is, their body does not have the strength to fight the COVID-19 virus. Along with this, in August 2020, the North Korean military ordered the Northern Border Patrol to shoot them. That is, they have full authority. It is given that if he sees anyone leaving or coming to the China border, then he should shoot him immediately. This is the reason that in the last 3 years the number of people fleeing from here is almost negligible, and North Korea has built a huge prison. It has become such a place where people can neither follow any religion nor can they stay in touch with the outside world in any way. Leave aside Google, Facebook and YouTube. Even the internet here is used only in government offices. Also, only that website opens which has been created by the North Korean government. We hope that you will like and share this video of Facts to Success. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next great video.